I have a script!
Yeah.
Yeah!
No ad-libbing.
No
That's why
ad-libbing.
there's scripts.
Okay, hello, this is Insert Name here, and welcome to Moonlighting. Welcome back! No.
We're just punching big girl.
Damn, lady parts!
Can't help it.
Alright, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and hello. This is my happy world, and welcome to Moonlighting. Flawless!
That was freaking awesome.
That was fantastic.
I know, I'm just like so amazing. I can do this all. Just stop giving me that look! She just stared at me like I'm crazy.
Oh my god. I thought that was pretty kick-ass.
Thank
I thought it was
you.
pretty awesome.
Oh yeah, my ego just loves this. Welcome back. My name is Insert Name here. And with me today I have the wonderful, the magnificent Dark Angel 76.
Hey.
Beside me,
Hey.
it's just so natural. Beside me is the magnanimous Lady Laranai.
Hello.
We have also the amazing Aristotle. The Aristotle. Guys, I'm sorry, Ari.
Hey, you're okay. Hi, everyone.
And our wonderful, magnificent, flawless guest today is the wonderful Karamida. Karamada.
Paramina.
Kara! It's the wonderful Kara! I can only be so much flawless. The rest of it has to be crap.
No flawless
It's
victory.
Monday, or well, for you, Tuesday, right?
Well, yeah, it's Tuesday morning, 2 a.m.
Ooh.
So, morning! Also, how is everyone doing? First podcast of the new year.
I know. Finally, right? It only took us how long?
We were recuperating.
A
That's
few
all.
weeks, yeah.
Oh.
Our
A very long
awesomeness.
hangover.
I was hungover. I had one drink and I was out until today. Yeah. I think you might have to repeat that because you broke up on us.
Oh, I did. Oh, I said I just had some chocolate wine that kind of ended there. Because I'm a lightweight. I
Yeah.
had like some. I can't really drink much because I.
Me too.
It's okay, Dark. I'm the same. Niall's the one who drinks, like, I don't know, a thing that drinks.
A Norse god.
Fish?
He does. He's got that magnificent red beard, and his hair's so long, and he won't be braid it. And he only brushes it once. It's like he doesn't understand. Having long hair is like, I'm just like, you have to brush it more than once a day.
With
It gets
great
tangled and
beard
you won't
comes
pull it
great
back.
responsibility.
Ugh, I know. So I have to be the tender of his beard and hair, because he doesn't tend it.
You're the Nihil.
He gets disgruntled because I'll come out of the bathroom with a brush and, like, brush him against his will. He just kind of sits there and makes this face.
Like
And
a
I'm
wet
sure
cat.
many sounds of discontent.
Yeah, I'm sure he kind of just has this look.
It's the wet
It
cat
doesn't
look.
say much, which is probably... Yeah, it's the wet cat look.
Glare.
Pretty much. He doesn't have to say much. He just glares and sits on the internet and puts up with it because he knows he can't escape. Well, he could if he stood up, because then I couldn't reach his hair, but then he'd be away from the internet, so there's the conundrum.
Right. Conundrum. What conundrum?
the conundrum of not being by the internet or having to deal with me putting. I don't know. I'm really tired. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I went to get pizza. So.
That's okay.
We
I'm
think
just
we-
babbling because Niall isn't around and I can talk about how he doesn't let me brush his hair without him chiming in.
Exactly. See, isn't that kind of nifty?
Mm-hmm. I don't have to deal with his sass.
That's right.
Have you managed to convince him to let you braid his beard?
It's not quite long enough to braid. I mean, I could do like itty bitty braids, but it'd look kind of silly.
I don't know. The game I have, the dwarves, they do have long beards, but the braids aren't very long themselves. They're pretty short.
That's true. I have to let him get him to sit still long enough for me to do it, though. That's he puts up with it for about 5 minutes and then it's done.
Yeah.
So unless he's sleeping, but then he makes weird faces when I tug on his beard when he's sleeping. He gets kind of frowny in his sleep, so I only do it occasionally.
Right.
No. He'll wake up with a glorious beard of bow ties and braids.
I have a bunch of ribbons I could put in it, but he won't let me.
No.
Sad.
You can't be
With that.
a Norse Viking
so cute.
god without, a few bows. It's
I know,
crazy.
I've got some silk ribbons and I'm sure I have beads somewhere. Put some rhinestones in there maybe. It'd be fabulous.
Just bedazzle him.
Bedazzle his beard.
And you know what I love even more? I love the idea of what his reaction is going to be when he listens to this later.
No, I don't think he listens to the podcast, so maybe I'll
Yeah.
be fake.
No, we have to make this one in particular.
That's true.
Giving away your dastardly plans.
We'll have to make sure we're all present when he does.
I think I may have to listen to it later just to see how it turned out.
Mm-hmm. And I listen to them all.
Mm.
I try to listen to them.
I listen to them
I'm a little
occasionally.
bored hearing my voice.
Well, I don't like hearing my voice either, but it always sounds different when you hear it on a playback than when you're in it. Makes sense. So
I don't know. I listened to a playback when I was talking one time, and I hated it so much I never did it again. That was like 6 years ago.
Well,
It always makes me think of when I worked in a call center and they always made us listen to our own calls. And it's just like, I don't want to hear me talk to strangers.
Yeah, when I worked at a drive-through, you could hear there was a slight echo, so you could always hear yourself asking for their order, and I just sit there cringing, going, "Oh my god, I sound awful. This is what I sound like to people. Why do they even come here?"
Because it's yummy? I don't know.
No, we sold very bad food.
Wait, was this a drive-thru or something?
Yeah, it was like chicken, like baked chicken and chips. Like roast dinners and things. But it was crap and expensive.
Oh. I worked in a drive-thru once.
I never worked drive.
Well, we should probably steer this conversation back onto the topic list. Tonight we're going to be discussing Cyberpunk. That's the one.
Cyberpunk?
mm-hmm. Since we've been talking about it, how much in chat? Like a lot.
I don't know.
It's been a heavy conversation in chat. Woohoo.
I've been kind of zoning really bad the last few days.
Yeah. No, it's okay. It's all good.
Hmm.
Well, you've been around for some of it though, because you saw how Broom. Everyone knows Broom's starting to lead a.
Yeah, I remember that much. Is that the one I looked into but decided not to join because I didn't want to smother cats?
No, that's the sci-fi. We're actually going to talk about that one a little bit later.
Oh.
But yeah, so we'll move on to that one later on. But yeah, Broom is leading one that's kind of loosely based on Shadowrun. At least he's using that kind of like inspiration, I guess. But he's not really running it like a Shadowrun's game, but he's using it just to kind of give people an idea and feel for the genre, and just to kind of pull out like plot points. So he's got that advertisement going up in groups right now. People are starting to sort of throw out different things. He's got some ideas up that he's doing. It looks like it's probably going to be more systems oriented. Just yeah, because he's kind of doing like not like a full blown point, what you call it, scheme, but like it's definitely his own creation and concoction. It seems that he's doing.
I don't know. There've been a few good things in the systems. One that I've liked, but I've always been kind of iffy on the way it's run, so I've never really joined any.
Well, I know nothing of systems at all because I've never played any tabletops. I know everything.
Yeah, I kind of just let Niley handle the rules, and then I just do whatever I want and ask him if it's kosher. He's kind of my encyclopedia. I'm like, I want to do this thing. Can I do it?
Yeah.
He'll tell me if I can.
It's pretty much how most games I've been to work. You say, can I do this? Yeah, sure, roll a dice.
There you go.
Pretty much, yeah. Although sometimes he doesn't let me do things and we get into arguments.
Yeah,
That's
do the
because
thing.
I'm stubborn and
Don't
he's
do the
stubborn.
thing.
Never a dull moment.
No.
Yeah,
Never.
he was telling me some interesting stuff this morning about. I don't. Well, it definitely wasn't cyberpunk, but it was still tabletop related. Where something about magic being switched up and switched around with some crazy mechanics they wanted to switch around.
Oh,
It was so convoluted. Whatever.
yeah, it was. We have a friend who wants to co-DM, and he wants to do this thing with the magic where, like,
They have
and even
continuous
I'm
and
confused.
fifths.
Yeah, like
I was
the
thinking
magic's
that
in
helped.
items, and depending on the person that uses it, depends on how powerful it is. But nobody has magical abilities, so I don't know. I don't know where these items are coming from, or like I don't know.
That seems a little pointless.
Yeah, I didn't get everything on it because I was kind of paying attention, but not really because
Probably, yeah.
there was food involved. I was vaguely distracted by cake. But, like, I don't think we're gonna do it, but the way it sounded to me is, like, so there's these magical items and people can use them, and depending on them, depends on how powerful the item is, but I don't know if the item holds, like, X amount of charges of whatever magic it contains, but my confusion is where are these items coming from if people don't have magical ability.
Right? It
Like,
sounds like something I watched in an anime.
I think he got the idea from, like, a book or an anime or something, but I'm not sure.
I've played a system like that before. It was all
Fine
just
and dandy, but
artifacts.
those sort of... Okay.
So yeah, it was all artifacts based on a civilization that did have magic at one point, and now they don't have magic, but the artifacts still have that power. And yeah,
I should mention that to our guy, because then that would be a good way to be like, this is where this stuff came from. Because right now he's just like, here are these things, and they have magic, and you can use them. And that's it.
we found them over there in a bag.
You know, there could be
Yeah,
one
like,
magical
they're just-
wizard that's just
and they're
causing
just out of
chaos.
nowhere.
He's just like sitting up on a mountain, just dropping things to people. Here, you can
Just
have this.
on a cloud,
You can
dropping
have
weapons
this.
from the sky.
Yeah, just floating around like, wee, have this weapon,
Here, have this wand of fireball. Enjoy.
and you have this
So
wand of
convoluted.
hearts. 'Cause now you're a magical girl.
I don't know, it might just be me.
Transform it to Sailor Moon.
You know I brought that up just to mess with you,
No.
Kara.
Ah! Ew.
No, I said that it was that, or I was gonna say Madoka, but those were the magical girls that came to
Madoka,
mind. So.
Magica.
Sailor Moon toppings for your pizza.
Nothing. Ah,
Sailor Moon needs to be in everything.
he's so angry.
I feel like I should, like, I imagine your hair's all, like, puffed up with, like, anger, and I should, like, pet you and soothe it down.
Moon, we're pressing on
Kitty on
power.
Oh gosh.
Wow.
We need someone to make a magical girl cereal. So you get little marshmallows with Sailor Moon's face.
I think they did that like a while ago. It came out with the
Oh.
Pokemon cereal. They just had like
There's
hearts and
there's
moons.
Pokemon cereal?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was terrible.
It was like Lucky Charms.
Yeah, it was like Lucky Charms and
Okay.
Cheerios. Yeah,
Yeah.
Lucky Charms and Cheerios, and it was really cheap. And my mum bought like 30 boxes because they were $1 each.
Oh,
We
that's
lived
a
off.
lot of boxes.
We lived off Pokemon cereal for like a good year.
It was just like
Oh,
pink, green, and blue.
Horrible.
Terrible tasting marshmallows.
Yeah, terrible tasting
oh
marshmallows.
no! I'm
Kind.
sorry.
Oh, looks like someone came online.
Oh,
Oh, here
Oh,
he
my.
is.
should we let him join or should we make him stay away?
No,
he
it's
can-
our
he can
clam
come
bake.
on.
Unless he's gonna be a
Hey,
clam
make it
too.
interesting, please.
He can join. He just has
He's
to know
funny,
it's a
at least.
clam bake. I'm gonna say that word as often as possible. Clam bake.
You should just whisper it whenever there's a lull.
I just edited in.
Edit one in.
Nothing.
Oh,
Like,
Steamed
back.
clams.
Why are they steamed?
Ooh, that was a poppity bop.
we don't get clams here. Well,
What are
I
clams?
guess
I
we
don't
do,
like
but
clams.
Like oysters.
Welcome to our clam bake.
shellfishy things like oysters.
Hey, bro.
Oysters.
Hey,
It's not an oyster bake though. It's a clam bake.
No.
Ah!
it's number 2 without number 1. Where's Niall at?
He has a meeting at work. He'll be home between now and 11. He said the latest meeting should go was like 10:30, but I don't know.
Feels weird hearing you without him.
Does it?
There's less anger.
It's like you're a person now. It's weird.
Well, I've only.
It's not like I'm a tumor or something protruding from the side. I've always been my own person.
Yeah, but every time I talk to Niall,
It's
it's
like
like you're the little thing on his shoulder that just won't stop commenting on everything we're talking
Oh
about.
my.
Well, you know, it's kind of hard when he's at the foot of the bed at the computer desk.
That's a fair point. I will take that one.
it's
If
like
you want to think
Tweedledee
if I was
without
in
his
the other room, I could
Tweedledums.
stick my head in, but we're in the same room. And I'm
Mhm.
curious.
Yes, you are. Apparently that's why you think me and Niall got a thing going on.
You do got a thing going on.
There's no thing.
You have a thing. You
Don't
have
deny it.
There's no thing.
you have
It's
a
like there's a
solid
thing.
friendship.
Mm.
I just like to tease you two and
That's ruined my whole thing, huh?
yeah. I like to tell them that they're boyfriends.
Okay.
Super awesome. I'm just
Well, you
Well,
know
we
what?
were just discussing
You both are boys,
Cyberpunk.
and you both are friends.
Okay.
we are both boys, but that doesn't automatically mean that there's a thing going on when we like each other.
There's always a thing with you
Anyway.
involved.
Anyway. Now he can talk about his group roleplay thing.
Can I?
Yes. why
No,
don't you do that?
yeah.
You're here
Hmm.
Yeah.
because we started to discuss a little bit. So now you can tell us more.
Oh,
You can correct what we have wrong.
like you've
very
been
easy to
advertising
speak,
this a lot. Thank you.
No problem. Shameless.
Yeah, that's real shameless of you. But anyway, at the moment I'm calling it 2080 because it's based after Shadowrun without actually being Shadowrun because, quite frankly, I find quite a few of the concepts of Shadowrun to be a little too convoluted. But that's neither here nor there. It's mostly cyberpunk, and I'm taking a lot of inspiration from the aforementioned Shadowrun, which I do like, despite it being a little bit of a heavy read if you want to know anything about the background of it. There's also influences in Ghost in the Shell a little bit
Sexy.
because I like Ghost in the Shell a lot.
Who doesn't? That shit's awesome.
That's
Exactly.
true. It's hard not to
I-
like it.
Only seen it. I've only seen a few episodes of it, and it always confused the fuck out of me. So I was like,
Well, that's kind of cyberpunk for you because it goes in really deep, and at the surface, a lot of the concepts seem a little, I guess, I don't really know if convoluted is the word, but it makes it look a lot bigger than it really is just because it adds this extra element of technology to it. Like with the The Laughing Man, where he was actually hacking people.
Come on.
So I mean, it's really not as deep as you think it is. But I think when people put the technology on it, they feel like they need to actually know every single little detail about it.
Make it up as you go.
I guess it doesn't help that I came in like halfway through and only watched like 3 episodes.
No, it's pretty much that feeling the entire show. I mean, even the first episode is like, I think it's like a geisha house.
Yeah,
pretty
there's
full
an
on.
assassination in a geisha house.
Yeah, and the
Geishas
geishas
go like way bonkers and shit.
Yeah,
killing
they
people.
they go like crazy, and they're like psychotic and they get hacked or whatever. So I mean, even in the beginning, it doesn't get any less convoluted. You just have to realize that they're using the technology as kind of a literary thing to explore new interesting ideas, like crazy cyborg hookers.
I remember one episode where the main character, she was in bed with somebody, and I guess she was talking about how she wasn't really real and parts of her were fake, and it was weird.
Yeah, because everybody, well, not everybody in Ghost in the Shell, but a lot of the people in Ghost in the Shell, and sometimes in Cyberpunk in general, they explore an aspect called what is it, transhumanism, I think.
Yes. So
where they aren't necessarily human anymore in the literal sense because their bodies aren't real. Like in Ghost in the Shell, for example, since we're bringing it up so much, for a lot of people that have synthetic bodies, their brains are basically stored in a case, and it's just fit right in, and it's all connected. So you're basically the same person you always were. It's just you can just have whatever the hell you want as a body. And there is a couple people in Ghost in the Shell that don't do that, like Togusa. He's completely human. Bato is a cyborg, I believe.
yes.
They don't really clarify too much on what constitutes a synthetic body and a cyborg. I mean, I'm assuming the normal definition stays the same, but they make a lot of mentions of what it's like to have a body that's not human. Like Bato always liked to work out, but it doesn't actually affect anything for him because all of his muscles are cybernetic. So he can lift weights and it can actually improve things. He just likes lifting weights to lift weights. I'm taking, well, I'd say it's about 50-50 in terms of inspiration for Shadowrun and Ghost in the Shell. I'm a little bit more familiar with the more technical aspects of Ghost in the Shell, but doing a little digging, the concept's kind of the same. Like the way the internet or the Matrix or whatever the
Extranet.
fuck they call it, it's pretty much the same concept. You kind of connect in, and you're just kind of in a virtual reality. So that's not really too hard to integrate. It is going to be a system-ish roleplay because I'm just kind of winging it as I go.
And it is what it is.
Pretty much. I mean, I've been keeping everybody on task with what I'm thinking, which is rare for me, and I actually have to remember to do that. Otherwise, people think I'm dead.
So what exactly does systems entail on the site?
What's that?
What exactly does systems entail on the site roleplay-wise?
It could be anything. I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be anything dedicated. It could be something that you're making up. I'm making it up as I go. People also do.
I think she means post-wise, like...
Yeah, playstyle and
use it
post-wise.
to create their own.
Oh, playstyle? Yeah, it can be... Well, I mean, that would be dependent on who's playing, I guess. But it could be as freeform or as like a tabletop where somebody's telling you what's happening and you ask, what's going on, what are the options, or you can do it in a more traditional posting style. I mean, that would be up to the roleplay, I would assume, or the GM, how he operates. Fuck if I know how I'm going to operate.
Yeah, it's up to the creator of the roleplay, and you just kind of roll with it, I guess.
Yeah, roll with it.
You like that, didn't you?
Yeah, nerd pods are fun.
Too bad Niall wasn't here. He would have really enjoyed that.
No, we're not going to talk about him and his dislike of puns.
I don't understand. It saddens me so much.
I don't really like puns myself.
That is a marked flaw against him.
He also doesn't like pancakes or French toast.
Ah.
What?
Yeah,
What kind of
I know,
human
right?
doesn't like French toast?
Or pancakes.
I can understand pancakes because pancakes are awful.
Happy hates pancakes. Terrible.
I don't know.
They're cakes,
I don't
but
know about
fried.
them,
You need to fix that, Ari.
but I'm trying. I mean, not to brag, but I make some pretty badass pancakes. Everyone else likes them, and he's like, yeah, I might eat one. They're okay. Whatever.
In his normal Nile voice of disapproval.
Essentially.
Maybe his miles are running a little hot. Maybe you need to take him in for a checkup.
Maybe.
When's the last time he got his oil replaced?
Well.
Hi.
Hot.
We just get down and dirty.
Damn.
We were so civilized until Broom showed
Hey.
up.
His oil gets as frequently as he lets me replace it.
Maybe you need to replace the transmission or something.
I've tried.
It just doesn't work like it used to, does it?
Got a lot of miles on him.
This is terrible.
Oh my.
You guys invited me. That's all I'm saying.
Never gonna let him do a podcast alone again. No, he'll probably just get a vaguely disapproved, vaguely amused look on his face and just shrug his shoulders and be like, whatever. More than likely, that'll be the outcome.
Sometimes when he does that, I want to stab him in the throat. I mean that affectionately.
No, I understand.
Stabbing
Usually
with
I just
love.
punch him in the arm.
Yeah, well, I can't do that, so I just, like, hold something like I want to stab him and just, like, poke it towards the screen a little bit.
We'll mail you a little Nihil voodoo doll, and you can just stab it with a pin.
I feel like that would backfire on me exponentially.
Bad karma, bad juju.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like send you a little braided snippet of a lock of his beard.
Tied up with a bow.
Oh,
I can put it in a locket for you.
Okay, one, that is disturbingly creepy on so many
this
levels.
conversation's got very interesting.
Took a totally
And two,
weird turn.
I'm pretty sure he might be a little confused as to why you're mailing someone a lock of his hair.
She'll just say it's for Broom and he'll understand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If she says, "Oh, it's for Broom," and he just goes, "Oh, okay," then I'm going to be creeped out.
I can ask him when he gets home if I can send you some of his hair just to see his
No,
hair.
I really don't. I don't really want to know.
If he lets you, you have to buy him a voodoo doll as well.
I don't even know how.
I just
He'd
that
probably
just makes
actually
me
be
want.
really confused. And he'd just be like, why? And I would tell him for reasons.
Tell
He
it.
wouldn't let me do it.
Tell him Broom's making a shrine.
With dumb
Little
closet,
fanboy
it's gonna be
shrine.
Yeah, little
dear.
candles and a framed photo and a little block of hair.
What, like Helga from Hey Arnold?
Yeah, it's not a
That's what I was, yeah. Little gum shrine closet.
Oh, weird.
Oh, people get hit by a car.
It's almost happened. Almost happened. Not quite. Not quite.
If I was going to make a shrine to anybody, they'd be female for starters.
Like me.
And I don't think locks of hair would be involved at all, because that's
Boobs.
creepy.
It's just
I
boobs,
don't know
wall to
how
wall.
a shrine would be not creepy. Diane.
Well, yes, but I feel that when you start getting personal artifacts of whatever the shrine is for, then you start going into a different level.
Yes.
I guess. I mean, what would you make the shrine out of that wouldn't be less creepy?
Mannequins.
Legos.
Like,
Yeah, because they'd be like, man, that's a badass castle you made. And I'll be like, thanks.
As you secretly worship the shrine.
Yeah, and then like on the inside, you'd have like a giant Lego trapdoor, and then it
And
would
a
have
sacrificial
your shrine.
table.
Are you gonna make a giant Lego Bert as well?
Bird?
Yeah,
A bird? What's a bird?
The trapdoor, the show.
Awkward pause. Clam bake!
You don't remember the show Trapdoor?
I like clam chowder.
No.
I don't like him.
How does no one know that show?
I don't.
That's
I
sad.
went through a phase that I liked. I went through a
Dinner.
phase as a child
See?
that I liked clam chowder, and then I don't know if I like it anymore. I
Ah!
haven't had it.
Why are you waving at me?
Time.
She's waving her arms erratically at me. I don't like it.
Okay.
It's like a death threat.
It's got weird really fast.
We should go back on topic. Next topic, sci-fi. Let's look at this topic list. Holy moly, look at that. Oh yeah, sci-fi. Oh, let's get into this. Offsetting the cyberpunk sci-fi has also been a heavy topic of conversation and chat recently.
Has
Mr.
it?
Grimm's group roleplay is currently active and doing
That's
fairly
another
well.
roleplay that's been talked about.
I don't know. I've looked into that roleplay, but
Oh, Niall Tone! Sorry. You want
Command
to
is
make it
losing its
online?
power.
So you're not alone, bro?
No, it's gonna be a sausage fest in no time.
Nah, it's alright. Clam's still out way.
Yeah, there's 5 of us and 2 of them.
That's right.
wait, what did you just call it?
It's a clam bake versus a sausage
That
fest.
went right over my head. Holy shit.
So you didn't know what clam bake was referring to? I should educate you on the knowledge of clams.
Clams?
That went
Clams is
right
another
over my
word for
head.
vagina. Oh,
That is disturbing.
Clam.
clam bake.
I thought, yeah.
I like clams.
I thought you were talking about actual clams. So.
Well, we were talking about actual clams for a little bit, but I like both clams. That was
That's right. I was like, why are they talking about clams? Where the fuck did clams come from?
Should we change to something more relevant, like tacos?
It's an achievement on Gaia Online. You go there and you have to have a forum with all female posts. And they give you an
Really?
achievement that says clam bake.
That is disturbing on so many levels.
Oh, it's kind of sexy in a way. You just
I don't know.
clams.
I don't know about that.
What's going on here?
We're having a sausage fest. I mean a clam bake. Hello.
Get going now.
I am disturbed now.
Cockroach. I'm sorry I
Wow.
offended you with my clams. I'll put them away now.
No, I've never heard that before, so it was.
It's an educational day for all of us.
Kara's more
I've
into
never heard
sausages
that
anyway.
as referred to as clams. It's just disturbing to
Well,
me.
have
I
you
don't
ever
know why.
tilted a clam sideways?
It just
Stop.
it disturbs. No. I don't
Oh
like
my.
clams.
Tacos.
tacos are good. I'm down with tacos.
Yeah, let's go get some
That disturbs
tacos.
me.
The pink taco?
Oh.
Ugh. Now it's gone. The delicious image of tacos is gone. Scar for life. Clam bake didn't
Broom
scar me, but
disbelief.
tacos
Broom
did.
had to take off.
Oh, that's a
Oh, he
shame.
left?
Yeah. Yeah.
Bye,
he had to take
Broom!
off.
It's already gone.
Even though he's already gone.
Yeah.
Yes.
He went off.
He left shortly after I showed up.
Yeah.
I didn't realize he had slipped off so quietly into the night.
Yeah.
And
I only
welcome to
noticed
the
I brought up
podcast,
I've
Nihil.
There. Hi, Nihil.
Hello.
Talking about sci-fi and clam bakes.
Can we just go back to sci-fi? Because that other topic disturbs me a little bit.
Well, what have you covered with sci-fi?
We can talk about sci-fi, and then we can intermingle it with the cyberpunk, because they kind of go hand in hand somewhat.
Well, cyberpunk is the subgenre of science fiction,
Exactly.
most commonly popularized by blanking on the writer's name, but Neuromancer.
So here we go. So we can.
I've done sci-fi. I've never really done cyberpunk.
I find cyberpunk to be interesting,
I like it.
but
I like it. I've had
Is
it on my
everything
brain
else
a lot
that you
lately.
like?
they just don't have. It's hard to find ones with good punk elements to it. Like, Ari knows, there was a punk series that we followed for a brief while before, like, it came, like, they kind of just stopped publishing them or something.
Yeah, those are really good books, and then you got rid of them, you jerk.
I know. The first one was called The Electric Church, which was pretty good. The second one was kind of But the first one was really good.
The first one was fantastic. The other ones were decent. Yeah. There were like 3 of them, weren't there?
But they never had the third one in the same print as the first 2.
That always pisses me off. I
And
can't
it
get a
was a
series
really
of
nice print where like you have the molded cover, so it's got that kind of grainy texture to it, and it just feels good to hold it.
This is like book porn. It's just erotic descriptions of books.
Yeah, I can't buy a series if one of the books changes and becomes a soft cover and the rest are all hardcover. I can't continue buying it. It's sad.
I'm actually the reverse of that. Like, I actually, going back to the books that I talked about last time, the Prince of Nothing trilogy, I actually have all those in softcover, and then because I found the first 2 books of the second trilogy in hardcover for such a good price, I purchased them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm just waiting for the third one to come out. And
That
I'll
does
probably
not bother
have
me the least.
Yeah, I don't mind what format they're in. If I like the book, I won't care what format it's in. If I can read it, good.
I want.
Ditto.
I can deal with it. I mean, if I can get them all within, like, the same printing, so, like, hardcover or softcover, or sometimes it irks me when I have books and they have different, like, vastly different cover arts.
Oh god, I have such an
Like-
issue with that when it comes to my Sharp books, because there's at least 4 or 5 different publishers, and they all have different covers.
Yeah.
And they're not even, like, all the same size.
Yeah,
But
I don't know.
When it comes down to me, if I can have the book, I'll have the book, and I can just deal with it, because I like to hoard books.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
I need to hoard more books.
we have a lot of books, sometimes multiple copies of books.
We can probably seed book hoarders. Hoarders.
I can understand. I just still like a series to match.
I know I have roughly, amongst my own collection, 400 or so.
Wow.
I'm sure I
Awesome.
have around that, if not slightly more.
Well, it's been a while since I counted.
That's true.
Just depresses
I
me.
didn't really count when I reorganized, and then there's all the books I put in boxes.
That's true. And we've got all the books piled up in the living room.
Yeah.
See, it's sad. I maybe have like 30 books, but my games go into the hundreds.
Thousands, actually.
I don't
Thousands upon
Now, if
thousands.
you talk to tabletop games, then yeah, I got quite a few of those.
Video
For book
games.
slugs. System-wise, I only have like maybe 10 to 15 different systems.
It's because you're picky.
It's alright, I got a lot of books though.
I don't know how many systems. I don't have that many systems or games or books.
It's okay.
You
No,
have
it's
time.
not.
That's alright, I don't have
It's
any
okay.
either.
Now, eventually you will have,
All of them.
not all of them, but it is impossible to have all the books that you ever want.
I'll manage it somehow.
If
I'll
if
have
she
my own
wins
little
Lotto,
library.
Yeah.
That you can manage, but all the books you want, that's impossible.
Yeah.
All the
not
books I
possible.
have are sex
I'll do
related.
it.
If you only want like
All
10
of
books,
them.
then yeah.
No, no.
Alright, so back to sci-fi.
Sci-fi!
What do we want to talk about with science? Just hard sci-fi,
There's a whole bunch
space opera,
all different stuff. I
a
was
little Barbarella, a little Flash Gordon.
A little
I don't mind
Utopia and
sci-fi.
Dystopia, 1984 up in
Flash
this
Gordon
shit.
was a weird show.
Oh, Flash Gordon was awesome.
What was that show?
I
Something in the 21st century. It was a sci-fi show. A guy went from the past into the future, and then every girl wanted to sleep with him.
Buck Rogers.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh,
That was
gosh.
great.
We
Yeah,
could
I
Doctor
remember
Who
Buck
up in
There
Rogers.
this
was
shit.
also the Daffy Duck parody of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Duck Dodgers.
Yeah, Duck Dodgers, yeah.
Oh, I know Duck Dodgers.
I love the Martians in that.
I
Of course,
love
I've always loved Marvin the Martian.
Marvin the Martian's awesome.
No one wanted
Yeah.
to sleep with Daffy Duck, though.
Well,
You sure?
the Martian
I'm
Queen.
pretty sure there's a group out there who want to sleep with Daffy Duck.
I don't want to know that group.
You don't want to put it past the internet. Rule 34!
I don't want to
Yeah, I'm
know.
sure you
Rule
could just plunk it into
34.
Google.
Don't ruin Looney Tunes for me.
The internet has already
Yep.
ruined so much.
Yeah.
Yes,
Don't
but
you
I
dare.
Don't look at that. I
Get
don't
off your
know.
phone!
So, are there any elements to sci-fi we want to discuss?
There are so many.
You know what? There's one thing actually I want to bring up because
Okay.
this is I think a big thing in science fiction, that whether it's something you read in a book that is something people should think about, or if they want to bring it up in solo story writing, RP writing, whatever kind of writing, travel.
Ooh.
Oh.
So
Yes.
space
Yeah.
travel, time travel.
Just general travel, whether you're traveling from planet to planet or galaxy to galaxy. How far is too far? How big is too big?
That is
There's
always
nothing
an
to
issue.
do.
Like, I know, even within tabletop, travel can be just completely annoying, which is why I prefer, like, more enclosed settings,
Mm-hmm.
because then you don't have to worry about traveling so much. To alleviate some of the boredom, obviously, you have things like random encounters.
Yeah.
But for a play-by-post, yeah, that can get really tedious unless you opt to include time skips.
Yeah.
It also, I think it would depend on how deep you're going into it as well. I mean, if your entire thing is set in a spaceship, you could probably go out as far as you want. If you're going onto each of these planets, then it becomes a lot more convoluted. Everything just has to go a lot
It
deeper.
depends on your backdrop, this type of storyline you're going for.
Also depends on, like, if you're doing hard science fiction where you're going at sublight speed versus, say, doing a Star Wars roleplay where suddenly you hop in your ship, you hit the light hyperdrive, and then
It
suddenly
doesn't
you're
work.
at Tatooine.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was getting at. Bing, bing.
And then it adds, friction to the
But no one
roleplay
should
when
go
it
to
doesn't
Tatooine
work.
because it's overdone.
Yeah. But because I don't know, it's one of those things like where
It can get really interesting. In fact, I think I have a link that Dark would really appreciate when it comes to sci-fi. These links that I'm throwing up are for the Atomic Rockets website, which is an amazing resource for science fiction.
I don't mind sci-fi, but I generally don't do it.
I can concur with that. Like, science fiction is entertaining for the most part, but I find that I don't actually read as much as I thought I did. And when it comes to it, the only sci-fi that I've ever really gotten truly into has been Dune, Heinlein Starship Troopers, and then I'm blanking on the author's name. I need the author's name for this, otherwise no one's going to know what I'm talking about.
I've never read any sci-fi book. Most of my books are either set in the past or they're kind of modernish, but with a fantasy twist, or completely through and through fantasy. I've never read sci-fi. I've done a few sci-fi role plays, but they never really work out, so I tend not to do them.
Yeah. Then the Carl Schroeder's Virgo books, which I think Dark would also enjoy. They kind of have a steampunk feel to them. Then I cannot forget Ian Banks, the writer of the Culture novels. Those are really good.
Oh my
But, like,
sci-fi.
I've never been able to get into Foundations by Asimov.
I have those books. I need to read.
Paul Anderson's books either. I suppose mostly I prefer, like, the old pulpy space opera type of sci-fi. Which is why I love Barbarella and Flash Gordon.
That movie was weird. The Barbarella one.
Barbarella is an awesome flick.
With
It
the,
is so awesome.
what was it? The
I've seen it
orgasm
so
organ? That one was interesting.
So awesome, I bought a copy.
I have no idea what's being talked about right now.
Good stuff.
We'll just leave you with the mental image of an organ that gives orgasms. Like a musical organ.
That gives
Played
orgasm.
by Duran
I thought
Duran.
an organ like a beating heart that just.
No, this is the musical organ.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, it's,
wow.
you go
There's
inside
a
of
giant
it and it's like,
keyboard,
I want an orgasm organ.
but you're supposed to die.
I'm pretty sure I could keep up with the orgasm organ. I'm
Ah.
confident in my abilities.
You gonna wear it out like she did in the movie?
Yes.
Hot.
Oh,
Yes.
I have to
Then
show
I
you the
would be
movie.
sad
It's great.
'cause it'd be-
Yeah, I've seen the
Weird.
clip. But I just pictured an actual human organ. Like,
Well, usually they are meant for giving
Orgasms.
orgasms.
yeah, it's just sitting on the table and just pulsing, and someone's going, oh.
You sure it's not like a hole? It's not a hole cut in a pizza
I'm
box?
imagining someone inside of like
Why would there be a hole cut in a pizza box? What would be the point of that?
Put your penis through it. When they open the pizza box, there's a penis in there. Haven't you seen porn?
I've seen porn, but I've seen decent porn. Not this crazy shit you're describing. Cut a hole in a pizza box. What happens to the pizza?
I never
Come on!
someone did that to me. I'd be like, I ordered a pizza, not a penis.
What the hell is with this? I paid $12.95.
We have wandered quite far from sci-fi again.
It happens.
Yeah.
Alright, we'll just trail this back. Pizza, porn pizza,
Sci-fi.
stuff.
He could just deliver
Yeah.
the pizza in a spaceship.
Pizza is great while watching sci-fi.
Space pizza.
There we go.
well, maybe if they had a spaceship, the pizza would get there on time.
Pizza
Maybe.
Hut would be the first pizza place in space.
That's if we didn't have laws that you
Wait.
can't commercialize space.
Actually,
That's the
I ha-
problem.
Isn't
I'm gonna
that
bring up
actually a
something
thing?
Because this was something that was conversation in chat,
Hmm.
and not that long ago. Because as I said, sci-fi has been a topic of conversation in chat, just like Cyberpunk kind of has been.
Hmm.
Due to the role plays going on involving
Yeah.
both.
Yeah, because I'm gonna be in. You know, I'm set up to go for rooms whenever his gets rolling, and I'm in Mr. Grimm's, who's go for sci-fi right now. And speaking of Grimm's, he's got that faction idea going, and you were saying something, right, Niall, about the faction idea that you were.
I was thinking potentially running a space sci-fi roleplay. Although it wasn't just sci-fi, you could do any type of thing. You could do magic in space, pretty much, if you truly wanted to,
Mhm.
with dwarves or vampires or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
What the hell?
And
If the
the idea is that each player would control their own faction, their own galactic civilization, created
Hmm.
however they fucking want, and then they interact.
That'd be pretty.
Peace, war, more than likely war, because war is entertaining for drama purposes, and since we don't really have to worry about actual people dying, we can be a little indulgent.
Exactly.
I've always wondered how you stop people from overpowering themselves in those kinds of situations where you build your own civilization.
The basic idea is that there is a rough system that I can borrow from. I've showed it to Dark. It's alright, but the idea is that you'd get a set amount of points that you can use for your ships, your different fleets, and then you'd compare, and whoever has the most points would be the winner, like in an out-and-out battle. And you would obviously have like a moderator to come up with any issues that
Keep people in
Alright.
check.
Yeah,
Lay
that
down
and
the
kind
law.
of the honor. Like, one of the first rules of where I'm borrowing this from is don't be a dick.
Right. Yeah, and we'd be like
No
calling
god
people
mods.
out of favor.
Hmm.
Right.
And the idea is that everyone, like, it won't matter if your weapons are,
Super atomic, awesome things that shoot rainbows and kill everyone.
yeah,
Yeah.
or magic missiles, or kinetic kill devices, they would all do, like, the same amount. You would all be able to fly the same amount of times faster than light.
Yeah.
You'd be... Everything would do the same thing, roughly, comparably, but they'd be in your own special way. Now, granted, you're not going to have, like, the last Starfighter going up against the Death Star, and the last Starfighter taking out... Well, Death Star's not really good because of the whole trench run thing. Another super ship.
Death Star 2.0.
I got taken down by fighters too, but it wasn't finished, so yeah, let's do that. Finish Death Star 2. 160 kilometers in diameter. 6 months production's time. All these random factoids that I still remember of Star Wars. Wow. Over a decade ago.
Nice.
It's not like you put all your points into this one little thing, you'll be able to take out this big thing. You would have to use a little common sense.
Yeah.
It'd be more like you have fighters taking on fighters, bombers being able to take out capital ships to an extent, you have your cruisers, your dreadnoughts, the basic stuff.
On the note of the Death Star, though, if it's 160 kilometers in diameter, I never saw anyone who wasn't on foot. That is a long walk.
That's
That is-
because they're split into groups.
It's like Lord of the Rings length, just to
it's-
get from one side to the other.
They're not asking people to travel from one side to the other. I mean, there is
Might
telecommunications
actually
in
be
there.
off. I really need to check this out now because now I'm doubting myself.
They would have set up parties on, certain points, and you're an idiot. Come on, people
Well,
talk through
it's just
telephones. They
no
don't
phone
walk everywhere. What is wrong with you?
I got the image in my head of the hobbits walking through the Death Star.
Why?
Long walk.
It's a really long walk, is it? From one end of the Death Star to the other. God damn it. Lady, you bring me angry.
You broke it. You've broken the system.
You broke the happy.
Oh, yeah. 160 kilometers.
See,
I was right.
the
I
Lord of the
remember
Rings style
correctly.
walk from one side to the other.
It would have been... I couldn't remember if it was 160 or 600. And 600 struck me as a little too much.
Yeah.
But hey, the standard Star Destroyer is a mile. Which is how I learned that a mile is equal to 1.606 kilometers.
Well, I
Taking
remember.
the hobbits to the Death Star.
You're not taking the hobbits to the Death Star. You already
remember.
got fucking Ewoks. Very little bastards that are short.
I feel like I broke
Maybe they
people.
have the One Ring.
No.
They didn't
That's
have
what it
one
was.
ring either.
If I was to build my own thing, I'd probably base it on something like Witchblade.
I honestly don't know much about Witchblade.
No, me neither.
I have the DVDs.
Or
I haven't
something
watched
like
it.
that.
Although you probably want something more than a single character with the curse or whatever.
Oh no, I said base it something off like that, like the look and everything, but more people.
Oh,
would
okay.
have- Yeah.
See, if I was
Yeah,
going to build something,
understandable.
I'd probably do the Necromancer one still, because it seems fun.
The Necromancer?
Yeah.
That horror
from-
one
Yeah.
with the souls.
Oh! Okay. Yeah, I have not done anything with that setting. In fact, I don't know if I'd even use that setting. It's just kind of a thought experiment.
I just like the setting. That's one I
You
had
just like
thought of
necromancy.
anyway.
You studied
I
it
should really set you up with some information about basic Warhammer fantasy, since there's quite a bit of overlap between that and the two ideas.
I've played a bit of it. I used to do Lizardmen, but I never really got big into it. It was just really expensive.
It really is. Which is why I've always paid more attention to the fluff than the miniatures.
Yeah, the books are good, but they're $40 or $50 a piece here.
I know, and it can get crazy.
Mm-hmm.
That's a
Which
little
is why you
ridiculous.
just use the Lexicanum. The Warhammer and Warhammer 40,000 Wikipedia.
Just stick with my Zelda.
That's what you should do. You get the Hyrule Historia and turn that into a game.
Ah! That'd be so cool.
Like, I'm pretty sure like 3 of us have the book. We could help you work on it.
I have the book.
I do not.
Oh, I died when I got it. It was so awesome.
We have the Historia, and we also have all the game guides now.
Which Historia do you have? Do you have the brown or the green one?
No, we got the green one as well. The brown was sold out. It had like 500, maybe 1,000 copies, I think. And it sold out within a few days.
I didn't even know there was a brown one. They got it for me as a surprise gift.
Sweet.
The brown one was just a limited edition one with a handwritten signed note thing.
Oh, I want it.
You should really stop talking to me. I'm going to break you with all the Zelda stuff that I keep telling you about.
You're going to destroy me!
I really need to learn more about Zelda and play the games,
Oh,
but
that's so awesome!
You just pick things up as you go.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
I've never really been all that big into gaming. Like, the biggest game that I ever really got into was Homeworld, which was the 2000 Game of the Year RTS. It was revolutionary for its time, and it's an amazing sci-fi.
See, I only started playing the Zelda series because when I was little, we had a Nintendo 64. And my uncle, he had Ocarina of Time, and the only other game we had for it was Mario Kart. So it was one of those two games we play, and that was it.
That was like me. I had Diddy Kong Racing and Banjo-Kazooie. Those were our two games.
Banjo-Kazooie was interesting.
I love Banjo-Kazooie.
That's rich. I had 4 games.
Oh, spoiled child.
I never even had an N64. I had to go to friends to play it.
So did
And then
I.
we played GoldenEye.
We
was
have
fun.
GoldenEye too.
My
I
mom was
prefer
like
Perfect Dark though.
really strict when it came
Perfect
to
Dark
games.
was good. The second one was terrible.
Perfect Dark was kind of sci-fi.
It was.
I liked it a lot, but when it came out on the Xbox, it sucked. It was horrible.
Star Fox was great. That was fun.
Oh, I love Star Fox.
Do barrel.
Well, except I never played it on an N64. I played it on an SNES though.
I love the Nintendo 64 personally.
It was a good console.
It was.
It was
Like,
fun.
ours was thrown out of the second story window, and
Oh,
it
no.
hit the rocks, and it still works.
Oh, nice.
Sweet.
So the system.
It was like a
awesome.
fun party console. You know, you just whip out the Nintendo 64 and everyone can play it. You know, it's like clam bake.
No! No!
There was a lull in conversation. It's required of me.
No!
I love it.
Let me. Oh!
Speaking of sci-fi, has anyone read Ender's Game?
No.
Yes,
I am so excited for the movie.
the first book is pretty decent. Maybe Speaker for the Dead, although it's better to think about without Ender and his whole entire weird sister love thing.
Yeah, no, that was weird.
And then they kind of go downhill after that.
Yeah.
And the spin-off books with Bean are just bad.
Yeah, I agree on that. But I'm just
Like,
really,
the book
really.
was pretty good back when I read it, but now
Yeah.
looking back on it, it's not that great.
It was like top of my list during high school. But yeah, now they've got a movie coming out about it, and so now I'm really excited. I'm gonna have to watch the movie again. I mean, the book again.
You're gonna watch the book.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch the book. I'm gonna sit it on the counter and just watch.
Amazing. You know what? That will actually probably be better than the movie because I have not heard anything good about it.
I heard that Harrison Ford is in it, and
Who's
that's
the
it.
director?
I don't know. I don't care. I heard Ender's Game movie, and my fangirl mode just went into overdrive. I stopped caring about anything else.
It's a shame that Kark had to turn out to be a raving, sexist, racist, crazy, homophobic bigot.
Yeah.
That's quite a list.
Yes.
It's all true. He funded quite a bit into the Mormon Church and pretty much ran an organization that was really big on the whole entire against
Westboro Baptist
banning of
Church?
gay marriage in California. Yeah,
Well, it kind of sounded like he was against about everything. Pretty list of issues there.
yeah, he's kind of gone crazy over the years.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Well, he used to be not such a nutcase, but now he is.
It
Or
sounds
maybe he's always been a nutcase and he's just not as good as hiding it anymore.
That is possible.
it sounds like a little more than just a bit of a nutcase. A little. Me,
Or
though.
just dementia or something.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
He's let the money and the fame get to his head.
Honestly, like, back when I was younger, I actually read one of his other trilogies, which was pretty much a sci-fi version of the Book of Mormon, which wasn't all that bad, but wasn't very good either. Like, Card, he's not a great writer, but he's not a bad writer. And he has the ability to pace, or Scott Card, the writer of Ender's Game. He has the ability to write at such a pace and use, like, mediocre words that everyone can understand, but still not, like, completely dumbed down.
Yeah.
So, most people can find some enjoyment in it.
When it comes to authors, unless it's a few authors, I kind of just, it goes right over my head. Like, I'll know the book, but you tell me the author, and I'm like, what?
Yeah, I'm like that.
I used to be like that. It actually kind of bugs me because there's some books that I read back in, like, middle school that I just do not remember who wrote them or what they were called, and I'm like, I want to reread these, but I can't remember them.
I have those. I remember reading them, and I remember vaguely what they're about, but I don't remember the title, and I don't remember the author. So I'm like,
just remember it's really good, and you want to read it again. I had that happen.
My mom actually found a forum that specialized in that kind of thing. If you couldn't remember the name of the book or the author, you write down what you think the plot is, and they pretty much reply and give you a list of what they think the book might have been, and then you can just find it.
I don't remember the plot. I just mostly remember, like, bits of the book cover, which had this really awesome sci-fi spaceship painting.
That narrows it down so much, dear.
I know, especially since it was like one of those 70s, 80s sci-fi.
Yeah, that really narrows it down, dear.
See, the only thing I know is that I liked it, and that's it.
Yeah.
I know.
And then you build up your expectations in your head.
A planet with lesser gravity, some aliens.
You are just so specific. You are on point. Gosh.
I'm just on that description, I'm voting John Carter of Mars.
I read so many books when I was younger.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
And I started keeping track of what I read at some point. But before that, I mean, all of that is just a big blank blur. I remember there were some books I liked and some I didn't. So, I want those books I liked. I want those books I liked. Sorry.
No, I feel you. I understand that feeling.
Frustrating.
It's incredibly frustrating.
It makes me angry.
I understand. I read a lot as a kid. I wish I read as much as I did then, but I have to do this thing called, like, work. So
life gets in the way.
Like, adult things like errands, so I can't just keep my nose in a book all the time like I used to.
Have to be a grown-up and do grown-up things. It's weird.
It's horrible.
Children have it so easy.
I haven't gotten a new book in, like 2-3 years, and so the books I have, I've read them like 100 different times.
All the new books I buy are at least adult smut or smut related. Just,
I can't do smut.
Full out sex.
I read lots of history. I've had some smut.
There's smut in history.
More often than not, I find
History is
myself
such a
disappointed in it. Unless I'm reading, like, Victorian smut, which is just so highbrow.
There you go.
Yeah.
Historical smut.
Speaking of which, you've got a whole book of collection
And
right on the
so
side.
Yeah, I need to finish reading it.
Was it you that I told about Amanda Quick?
I think so, yeah.
I know I told a few people about it.
You told me a little, but I don't remember details.
I haven't gotten a chance to read anything yet, but I'll get there. I have a huge stack right now of books ranging from history to non-fiction to fiction to just everything.
You know, for the longest time, the whole fiction and non-fiction thing confused the fuck out of me, so I didn't even pay attention to it. They're like, what are you reading? I'd give them the title, fiction or non-fiction. I have no fucking idea.
It's a book.
Not real. Like, it's not real. It's what I know. So So I used to be like, well, it's not based in reality. There you go. Oh no, what the fuck do you want from me?
Everything. All the things.
Kinky.
All of them.
What was the next topic supposed to be?
I think that was it, actually. We only had 2 topics.
Sci-Fi and Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
We just kind of rambled a lot.
Well,
Maybe we should,
I'm pretty sure if Broom was here, he would talk about his Cyberpunk game.
Yeah, he already did.
Okay.
Yeah. We started it, but he
Also,
finished
I can
it.
talk to you about a lock of your hair later, mister.
What?
A thing happened, and it involves your hair. So I have to talk to you later with a pair of scissors.
No.
Broom needs your hair for a voodoo doll.
From the under layer, you won't even notice it's missing. It's not.
I will notice.
No, you won't.
I
You will
will know.
feel it. You can feel every hair follicle.
And if you try and cut my hair in my sleep, I'll do the same to you.
Well, I guess we should conclude this episode for tonight. Been
Yeah, I
talking
do
for
believe so. We've meandered quite a bit.
we've been talking for 2 hours. Pretty sure we'll cut an hour out.
At least the last half an hour where we finished rambling about books.
Well, thank you everyone for joining us tonight, even if it was briefly. Dark Angel 76, who is scampered off somewhere. Ari, the wonderful, as usual. My lovely lady. A wonderful guest for the day, Kara. Broom, for his 10 minutes of fame. And then Niall, to join us for the last hour and a half. Thank you everyone for coming in, and don't forget to catch up with us on chat and tweet us on Blue Moon at Blue Moon Roleplay. And yeah, links will be provided from the discussion.
It's gonna be a lot of links.
Take care, folks.
Bye.
See you later.
Have you bottom link.
Bye bye.
Bye.